Welcome to Informed Sources on News Channel 3, where we talk about the week's big stories with local voices. I'm your host, Stephanie Skurlock. Thanks for joining us. In a moment, I'll introduce our panel, but first, here are tonight's hot topics. Shelby County Commissioners are in the middle of a debate over the future of the fire services in the Cordova area. The proposed plan calls for an automatic aid agreement between Memphis Fire and Shelby County Fire Department. We'll take a closer look at that proposal. We'll also discuss plans to redevelop the old Southwest Twin Drive-In Theater site in Southwest Memphis. The site has been vacant for years, but will soon house a new public library and police precinct. And a big loss for sports fans in the Mid-South. Memphis 901 FC is leaving town after failing to come to terms with the city on a new soccer-specific stadium. We'll talk about the team's departure and the impact that it could have on downtown Memphis. But before we begin our discussion, let's introduce tonight's panel. I'm joined by two Shelby County Commissioners, Republican Mick Wright from District 3 and Democrat Mikhail Lowry from District 8. Thanks for joining us, gentlemen.
All right, thanks for having us.
All right. We're going to talk about tonight some of the things that are in the pipeline at the County Commission, and then some of the things that are just hot topics here in our community. All right. Well, let's begin tonight with the debate over the future of fire services in the Cordova area. This week, a town hall meeting was held to address residents' concerns. As your news leader told you back in September, Shelby County Commissioners are considering entering into an agreement with the City of Memphis for fire services. The agreement would cover the Bridgewater, Rocky Point, and South Cordova areas.
We're going to obviously present our proposal to the legislative body about, how do we provide the best service for this community. If it involves contracting with somebody else, we're going to put that on the table and see where that goes.
Fire Station 65 just off Trinity Road is still providing services to the area, but it is set to close. All right, gentlemen. Lots of people attended the town hall meeting about this week, voicing their concerns. We'll start with you, Commissioner Wright. You understand their concerns? I mean, some of them live 7 to 12 miles away from the nearest fire station.
Yeah, and I think probably one of the biggest points here is that some of these are de-annexed areas who, they fought to get out of the control of the city of Memphis and the services. They just didn't feel like they were getting the kind of services they wanted. And so to put them right back in, I think that might be the sticking point for those communities.
Mm-hmm. Commissioner Lowry?
Yeah, agreed that some of the residents have some issues and concerns about how long it's going to take, but I think that's the bigger issue, right? I'm all about figuring out how we can do things efficiently from our government standpoint in Shelby County. So if a partnership is needed, then so be it. But I also look at if we just had one fire station in that area, there won't be any other station there. So you're talking about a longer wait times. So I'm glad we got this kind of pushed off a little bit so we can kind of dig into the data. But whatever can do the best for those citizens and be efficient as possible and make people get quickly to fires, I think is a goal.
I think $32 million was set aside over 6 years, or at least that was the proposal, to build, and this was going to hire 41 firefighters, bring in some new equipment. What happened to that money?
Yeah, I think that's what the citizens are asking. Certainly they pay their fire fee. All the citizens that are in unincorporated Shelby County, they are served by Shelby County Fire, and that's that's one area where we can be proud to represent a county that the citizens want those services. I think the administration was just trying to take another look at it and say could we maybe save some dollars here or there, but I think when it comes to public safety, you really should be putting that first and not always trying to save dollars.
So is this agreement with the City of Memphis a temporary fix?
Well, I think it will be a permanent fix if it was agreed upon. Again, still more to come on that. We have more discussion to come. But to Commissioner Wright's point, the citizens deserve to make sure they have the public safety, and fire obviously is a part of that as well. But in my standpoint is, how do we quickly get to all the residents in that area? There are a lot of people in that incorporated area as well. And is one fire station good enough, or do we need a partner? I think the data will tell us that.
So is it possible that we could be looking at keeping this partner, as in the city of Memphis, and then still building a new fire station?
Yeah, I think it was that the county had already purchased this property. So the property's there, it's just we don't have a building yet. We're in a temporary space. So I know that they were looking at the maps. It is a spread out area like Commissioner Lowry mentioned. And so how do we make sure that we're serving all those residents in the best, fastest way?
So what's the next step in all of this?
Well, next up, we still have more discussions to come. Right? We're going to hear more from the public as well. But I think for us is let's see some actual data. Like, how much time will it take to get from one end to another? And I think once we take that to the public, I think at the end of the day, we'll hopefully come up with the best decision that's best for all the residents in that area. Because again, if you have multiple fires, think about that. You have multiple fires, you don't have one station, then it's going to take longer to get to the other part of the county. However, you have multiple partnerships going on, you can have more people involved.
Each county resident pays a fire fee on their utility bill every month for this. I looked it up. I think the average probably is about $50 for most folks. Where is that money going every month?
Yeah, I think that's another great question that the citizens want to know. I think the other piece of this that we really haven't explored yet is if those citizens are being served by Memphis Fire, but they don't have a Memphis City Council person, then where's that representation? So I think that's another piece that we got to look at. Where are the dollars going, and is it really serving the area where they're paying those taxes?
So what do you want to happen next?
I want the citizens' will to be known, and so whatever the citizens decide they want to do, I'll be supportive of that. Right now, from what I'm hearing, they're very critical of the plan.
And critical because they haven't seen the action that they've been promised so far? You think that is a part of the...
Well, I think they're happy with Shelby County Fire right now. I think that, and that's, again, that's something that speaks well of county government. That's one thing that we're doing well, and so they just don't want to see that disrupted right now.
Okay. So you mentioned that you want to hear more from the citizens. So can we expect another town hall, or are you asking people to come down to the meetings?
I think you can expect another town hall as well, but obviously the county and city fire have another presentation to make to us to give us the data associated with that as well. And I think that's where we got to lay on what's important there. It's great that Shelby County Fire, as Commissioner Wright said, is doing a great job, but also to make sure that everyone is serviced in that area. And I think it's important for us to listen and go where the data tells us.
Do we have enough firefighters with Shelby County and enough equipment to man this new station if it is built?
You know, that's a great question. I'm not sure if we've already purchased that equipment. I assume we haven't. The building's not there. The permanent building's not there. Of course, we do have a temporary location that we're leasing right now, and there is a fire station there. So maybe that just transfers. I don't know, but that's something to look at as well.
All right. Well, we will see, and hopefully the folks in that area will get something worked out with you all. All right. Well, when we come back, it has been an eyesore in Southwest Memphis for years, but now a multi-million-dollar project is transforming the site of the Southwest Twin Drive-In Theater. We'll take a look, and we'll talk about it when we come back on Informed Sources.